urge is untrainable.
I think the biggest fight is within yourself.
We dedicate our lives to fighting.
And in every move you make, there's hours of sweat and blood.
Anything can happen. You control your own destiny.
Bellator in Latin means warrior, the one who would lead you into battle. That's the Bellator.
Philosophy of a warrior, train for a war, constantly adapting. You have to become better than the next guy.
Does not take shortcuts.
Someone who accepts pain.
Falling and being able to get back up.
They're not afraid of what's going to happen. They're just somebody that goes out there and puts himself on the line.
Honor, sacrifice, and the ability to go further than your opponent. That's what a warrior does.
I prepare to go out there. I'm ready to die.
You gotta be mentally tough. You gotta be ready mentally, because you're going to war every day.
When I come in the cage, you better be prepared to come in and kill me, because I'm not going to stop till the job's done.
I may not come out. That's a risk I'm willing to take.
I'm nasty as hell. I look to hurt someone and take something from them. I'm gonna rip in there and rip your heart out.
What makes Bellator unique is that every single fight matters.
There's no wait. I beat this guy, I'm right on the next guy.
It's a tournament format. 8 fighters start in a given weight class, 1 ends up at the end.
Controlling your own destiny is something you really don't get in life. We dictate that as opposed to other people doing it for us.
Now, I like belts, and I like crowds, and I like winning, so this is right up my alley.
If they win, they move on. If they lose, they go home. It's that simple. You win, you get a shot at the title.
It won't be easy, man. It won't be easy.
In this Bellator tournament, champion will emerge. And you're talking to him right now. We just got to go through 3 bodies to get it.
Eight fighters, 3 rounds, 1 champion. This is Bellator Fighting Championships. With pro MMA fighter Jimmy Smith, I'm Sean Wheelock. We are very pleased to bring you our final preview show, taking a look at each of the weight classes in Bellator's 2nd season, as well as our reigning Bellator World Champions.
And those champions got there by emerging as the best in their respective weight classes in Bellator's inaugural championship tournament. Bellator is unique in mixed martial arts in that it's a tournament format. 8 fighters go through 3 rounds, a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a final. The winner of that tournament then goes on to face the Bellator World Champion later this fall.
Now, the 2nd season of Bellator begins April 8th with a really outstanding fight card that includes newly signed MMA superstar Roger Huerta. He'll be fighting in the lightweight division quarterfinal round versus Chad Hinton. Tonight, though, we're going to take a look at the heaviest of Bellator's 4 weight classes. That's the middleweights, currently ruled by the ferocious 185-pound champion Hector Lombard.
Now, Lombard is originally from Cuba, where he came up as a 2000 Olympian in judo. He showed outstanding finishing ability last season, ending all but the championship fight in the 1st round.
Now, coming up in the program, we will take a closer look at that championship fight through the eyes of Hector Lombard. We will also relive his run to last season's Bellator title, a title that he is looking to defend. One man who may face him is Jared Hess. Jared Hess is back in this competition, Jimmy. He wants to get the rematch, but the question is, do you think Hess will even get that opportunity?
I think he has a good shot. This is a wide open field, and that experience of having gotten to the finals before might give Jared Hess the edge against a field that, while physically talented, lacks big fight experience. Not only is Hess versatile and extremely well-rounded, but he has amazing heart and tenacity, and it's going to be hard to find anyone who's going to make this guy quit. Brian the Beast Baker, very tall for a middleweight at 6'3", extremely physically talented. Only loss of his career was to top 5 middleweight Chael Sonnen. It's going to be hard for the other fighters to overcome his physicality. One guy who found that out the hard way was fellow middleweight fighter Eric Shambari. Shambari's teammates described him as one of the strongest middleweights in the entire world, and is more of a light heavyweight in the middleweight division than a pure middleweight. If Shambari wants a shot at Hector Lombard's title, he might have to avenge the only loss of his career against Baker.
Eric Shambari actually endured a 14-month layoff from MMA. He suffered a very severe injury in training, and then he suffered an allergic reaction to his medication that nearly proved fatal. But now, undaunted, Eric Shambari is back, and he's focused on winning Bellator's middleweight championship.
It's hard to describe
what I actually fight for. I mean, people say a paycheck, you know, people say to be famous, but I'm one for testing myself. I mean, anyone can skate by in life. I don't want to skate by. I was a 28-year-old cabana host working at the Bellagio. I was supposed to get a promotion. They passed me over, so I walked off the job, went out to Texas, and started fighting. I don't have all the accolades of my opponents. I grew up a competitive swimmer. Is it a disadvantage when you go against someone that since 3 years old has been learning to throw you or throw a punch, stuff like that? Yes, it is a disadvantage. But then again, it's a fight. It's challenging another human being that trains in the same thing you do and forcing him to quit, forcing him to not want to ever fight you again, not want to be in that cage with you. Circumstances beyond my control derailed my career for 14 months. At the beginning, it was very painful. Basically learning everything all over again, rebuilding the strength that I'd taken years to build up. I entered a grappling tournament in Las Vegas. I hadn't competed in forever. I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know how I'd do. The first guy I choked out in 30 seconds. The second guy I choked out in 30 seconds. And the third guy I choked unconscious in about 20 seconds. After that, they came over to me and they said, I think you're ready to start fighting again, Eric.
When we return, we'll meet the man who gave Shambari the only loss of his career, Brian the Beast Baker. And later, we'll profile Bellator's world middleweight titleist, Hector Lombard, one of the fiercest fighters in all of MMA.
My coach told me, like, he's gonna go and bang with you all night. Well, I said, oh, great.
You're watching Bellator Fighting Championships.